Remember the race to the moon? The world held its breath as two superpowers battled for supremacy, not just for bragging rights, but for the future itself. Fast forward to today, and the stakes are even higher. Except this time, the battlefield isn't space. It's the bizarre, mind-bending realm of quantum mechanics. The quantum revolution isn't coming, it's already here, rewriting the rules of reality before our very eyes. 2025 has been a year of seismic shifts in quantum computing, with breakthroughs so staggering they sound like science fiction. Governments, tech giants, and daring startups are pouring billions into this high-stakes arms race, because whoever cracks quantum supremacy first doesn't just win a trophy, they rewrite the future of finance, medicine, warfare, and even human consciousness. Let's dive into the chaos. PsiQuantum's photon-powered quantum dream, buckle up, because PsiQuantum just dropped a bombshell. $750 million in fresh funding, rocketing its valuation to a jaw-dropping $6 billion. What's the big deal? This company isn't just building a quantum computer. It's reinventing the entire game using photons, particles of light, to create a fault-tolerant quantum beast. And they're doing it with global foundries, leveraging existing semiconductor tech to scale production like never before. The goal? A fully operational, error-corrected quantum machine by 2029. That's not decades away. That's 4 years. And with the US and Australian governments backing them, this isn't just a lab experiment, it's a geopolitical power move. Quantinuum's genuine randomness, the unhackable future. If you thought encryption was secure, think again. Quantinuum, backed by titans like Honeywell, NVIDIA, IBM, and JP Morgan Chase, just unleashed something so revolutionary it sounds like magic. Genuine randomness. Using their 56-qubit system, Model H2, they've generated numbers so unpredictably pure that not even the most advanced supercomputer could crack them. This isn't just a tech flex, it's a cybersecurity earthquake. Banks, governments, militaries, everyone who depends on unbreakable codes is racing to lock this down. Quantinuum's quantum origin isn't just a product. It's the ultimate shield against digital warfare. D-Wave's 4,400-plus qubit monster. While some chase gate-based quantum supremacy, D-Wave is taking a different and terrifyingly powerful path. Their upcoming advantage: 2 processor packs over 4,400 qubits, specializing in quantum annealing, solving optimization problems that would melt classical supercomputers. And they're not stopping there. By 2028, they're teasing an Advantage 3 chip that could redefine what's possible in AI, logistics, and drug discovery. The quantum gold rush, where the future is being built. Forget Silicon Valley. The new tech meccas are Santa Barbara, Chicago, Boulder, Boston, and College Park. These cities are now ground zero for the quantum explosion, where billions flow, labs hum with breakthroughs, and the next world-changing idea could emerge any second. Why this matters more than you think. This isn't just about faster computers. This is about rewriting reality. Quantum computing will shatter encryption, forcing a global security overhaul, revolutionize medicine, simulating molecules to cure diseases in days, not decades, crush financial markets with algorithms predicting movements before they happen, supercharge AI, creating machines that think in ways we can't even comprehend. The race isn't just about who gets there first, it's about who controls it. Governments are pouring in resources, corporations are forming alliances, and the winners won't just dominate tech, they'll dominate the future. So keep your eyes locked on this space, because in 2025, quantum isn't just evolving, it's exploding. And when it does, the world will never be the same. The quantum revolution isn't just knocking on the door, it's kicking it down. In 2025, the breakthroughs are coming faster than anyone predicted, and the implications are so vast, they're rewriting entire industries overnight. Imagine a world where computers don't just calculate, they predict the unpredictable, where unbreakable codes protect our data, and where diseases are cured before they even take hold. That world is no longer science fiction. It's happening right now. Take China's latest move, an underground quantum lab so advanced, it's rumored to be testing a 128-qubit processor that operates at near absolute zero temperatures. This isn't just about raw power, it's about control. Whoever masters quantum computing first could dominate global finance, defense, and even artificial intelligence. The US is scrambling to keep up, funneling billions into startups and research hubs, but the gap is narrowing fast. Meanwhile, IBM just dropped a bombshell. Their Condor processor, a 1,000-plus qubit beast, is already being tested in secret corporate trials. Banks are salivating at the idea of real-time fraud detection, so precise it stops cyber attacks before they happen. Healthcare giants are using quantum simulations to design drugs in weeks, not years. And the craziest part? This is just the beginning. Then there's the dark horse, quantum AI. Google's DeepMind and a shadowy European consortium are racing to merge quantum computing with neural networks, creating machines that don't just learn, they intuit. Imagine an AI that doesn't need data to predict market crashes or diagnose rare diseases. It just knows. The first company to crack this could become the most powerful entity on Earth. But here's the twist. Quantum isn't just for the elite. Startups are popping up everywhere, offering cloud-based quantum access to small businesses. Want to optimize your supply chain, simulate new materials, crack a code that's been unsolved for decades? Now you can, for a fraction of what it cost just a year ago. The democratization of quantum power is here, and it's leveling the playing field in ways no one saw coming. Yet with great power comes unthinkable risk. Quantum computers will break today's encryption like a sledgehammer through glass. Governments are already stockpiling quantum-resistant algorithms, fearing a digital doomsday where every secret, bank records, military codes, even personal data could be exposed in an instant. The race isn't just to build quantum machines, it's to survive them. And let's not forget the wildcards. A little-known Australian firm claims to have achieved room-temperature quantum coherence, a holy grail that could make quantum computers as common as smartphones. If true, it's a game-changer so massive it could render entire industries obsolete overnight. The bottom line? Quantum computing isn't the future anymore. It's now. The breakthroughs of 2025 aren't just headlines, they're the foundation of a new world order. The question isn't if quantum will change everything, it's how fast and who will control it when it does. One thing's for sure, the next few years will be the most disruptive in human history. Buckle up. The quantum age has arrived. The quantum computing arms race just hit hyperdrive, and the battlefield is littered with revelations that would have seemed impossible just months ago. While most of us were going about our daily lives, a silent revolution was unfolding in labs across the globe, one that's about to detonate across every aspect of our existence. The breakthroughs coming out of 2025 aren't just incremental improvements. They're paradigm-shifting leaps that are forcing us to completely rethink what's possible. In a stunning development that sent shockwaves through the tech world, a joint European quantum initiative has successfully demonstrated quantum entanglement across a 300-mile distance using existing fiber optic infrastructure. This isn't just about breaking communication barriers, it's about creating an unhackable quantum internet that could render current cybersecurity systems obsolete overnight. The implications are staggering: financial transactions that can't be intercepted, military communications that are physically impossible to eavesdrop on, and data transfer that defies conventional limitations of time and space. Meanwhile, in what analysts are calling the quantum gold rush, venture capital investment in quantum startups has skyrocketed to unprecedented levels. Silicon Valley's biggest players are quietly building quantum war chests, with recent leaks suggesting Apple has allocated $10 billion to quantum R&D in a bid to develop the first consumer-grade quantum applications. The target? Your smartphone. Industry insiders whisper of prototypes that could bring quantum-enhanced AI assistants to the masses within 3 years. Assistants capable of processing complex life decisions in real time by evaluating millions of potential outcomes simultaneously. The healthcare sector is experiencing its own quantum earthquake. A Boston-based biotech firm recently used quantum simulations to map the complete protein folding sequence of Alzheimer's disease in under 24 hours, a task that would take traditional supercomputers decades. This breakthrough has opened floodgates, with pharmaceutical giants racing to quantum-optimize their drug discovery pipelines. The result? What used to take 10 years and billions in R&D might soon be accomplished in weeks at a fraction of the cost. We're talking about personalized medicine on a scale we've never seen before. Treatments tailored to your exact genetic makeup, designed by algorithms that understand molecular interactions better than any human ever could. But perhaps the most mind-bending development comes from an unexpected corner: quantum meteorology. A Japanese research team has successfully run weather simulations with 100 times greater accuracy than current models by applying quantum algorithms to climate data. Their system predicted the exact landfall trajectory of a typhoon 2 weeks in advance, with pinpoint precision. As climate change accelerates, this technology could mean the difference between life and death for millions, giving unprecedented warning for natural disasters, while potentially unlocking new methods of climate intervention. The financial world is undergoing its own quantum transformation. Major hedge funds are now running quantum algorithms that identify market patterns invisible to conventional analysis, generating returns that are making traditional quant strategies look archaic. The New York Stock Exchange has quietly begun testing quantum settlement systems that could execute and clear trades in nanoseconds rather than days. When this goes mainstream, it will represent the single biggest overhaul of financial infrastructure since the advent of electronic trading. Yet beneath these dazzling advancements lurks a sobering reality. The quantum divide between nations is widening at an alarming rate. Recent intelligence reports suggest at least 5 countries now have operational quantum computers capable of breaking current encryption standards. Cybersecurity experts warn we're in a race against time to implement quantum-resistant cryptography before our digital infrastructure becomes vulnerable to attacks of unprecedented scale. The message is clear. In the quantum age, technological superiority won't just mean economic advantage, it could mean national survival. What makes 2025 different from previous years is that quantum computing has moved decisively out of the lab and into the real world. We're no longer talking about theoretical possibilities. These are concrete applications, changing lives and reshaping industries as we speak. The companies and nations that recognize this shift and adapt quickly will dominate the coming decades. Those that don't may find themselves obsolete before they even understand what hit them. The quantum future isn't coming. It's already here, rewriting the rules one qubit at a time. The quantum computing landscape is evolving at a velocity that's outpacing even the most optimistic predictions. What was once confined to theoretical physics papers is now materializing in ways that are fundamentally altering the fabric of our technological reality. The second half of 2025 has unleashed a cascade of developments so profound they're forcing us to question the very boundaries of computation itself. A seismic shift occurred last month when researchers at a Swiss university demonstrated the first successful quantum simulation of an entire human organ, a beating heart at the cellular level. This isn't just medical modeling, it's a portal into an era where we can test drugs and surgical procedures on perfect digital replicas before touching a single patient. The team achieved this by leveraging hybrid quantum classical algorithms that process biological complexity in ways classical computers simply cannot comprehend. Cardiologists worldwide are calling it the most significant advancement in cardiac research since the invention of the stethoscope. The energy sector is experiencing its own quantum renaissance. A breakthrough at a Texas clean energy lab has yielded quantum-designed photovoltaic materials with 47% solar conversion efficiency, nearly doubling current standards. Even more astonishing, their quantum simulation platform identified these material configurations in under 72 hours, a process that traditionally required years of trial and error. As climate deadlines loom, this quantum-accelerated materials science could be our best hope for rapid decarbonization technologies. On the geopolitical front, quantum supremacy has become the new nuclear arms race. Recent satellite imagery reveals China has constructed a massive quantum computing facility near Shanghai, reportedly housing next-generation photonic quantum processors that operate at room temperature. Meanwhile, NATO has quietly established its first quantum defense task force, focusing on quantum radar systems that can detect stealth aircraft with unprecedented accuracy and quantum-secured communications for allied forces. The balance of military power in the coming decade may well be determined by who masters these technologies first. In the corporate world, the quantum revolution is creating winners and losers at breathtaking speed. Amazon Web Services just unveiled Quantum Cloud, a service allowing businesses to integrate quantum algorithms directly into their existing operations without specialized hardware. Early adopters in logistics are reporting 30 to 40% reductions in supply chain costs by using quantum optimization for routing and inventory management. Meanwhile, traditional data analytics firms are scrambling to adapt as their conventional machine learning approaches become obsolete overnight. Perhaps most intriguing are the developments at the quantum AI nexus. Researchers have successfully trained neural networks on quantum processors, resulting in AI systems that exhibit what can only be described as emergent reasoning capabilities. In one startling demonstration, such a system independently derived fundamental physics principles from raw data without any pre-programmed knowledge, a glimpse at how quantum-enhanced AI might accelerate scientific discovery beyond human limitations. Yet amidst these triumphs, the quantum field faces its most profound ethical dilemma yet. The same quantum systems that could cure diseases are also being used to model advanced biochemical weapons. The algorithms that optimize renewable energy grids could also crack the genetic codes of entire populations. As we stand at this crossroads, one truth becomes increasingly clear. Quantum computing isn't just another technological advancement. It's a mirror reflecting both our greatest hopes and most profound fears about the future we're building. The question is no longer what quantum computers can do, but rather what we will choose to do with them. The quantum revolution has reached escape velocity, hurtling us toward a future that would have seemed like pure fantasy just 5 years ago. As we barrel toward 2026, the breakthroughs are coming so fast they're blurring together, each more consequential than the last. What began as specialized lab experiments have erupted into a full-scale transformation of human capability, rewriting the rules of what's possible across every field of endeavor. In a development that sent shockwaves through the tech world, quantum machine learning has achieved what experts are calling the singularity moment for AI. A research team in Singapore successfully trained a quantum neural network that not only learned complex tasks with near-zero training data, but demonstrated the ability to transfer knowledge across domains, a capability previously thought to be uniquely human. When shown just 3 examples of protein folding patterns, the system accurately predicted thousands of other configurations with 99.8% accuracy. This isn't just better computing, it's an entirely new form of intelligence emerging before our eyes. The financial sector is undergoing quantum disruption at a scale that's making the 2008 crisis look tame. By comparison, J.P. Morgan Chase recently executed the first quantum-optimized trillion-dollar derivatives trade, completing in 0.3 seconds what would take traditional systems nearly a week to process. More startling is their quantum risk assessment platform, which identified 7 major vulnerabilities in global markets that conventional models had completely missed. When these flaws were quietly addressed, it prevented what analysts estimate could have been a $12 trillion systemic collapse. The invisible hand of the market just got quantum eyes, and they see everything. Meanwhile, the energy revolution, sparked by quantum computing, has taken an unexpected turn. A startup in Reykjavik has successfully modeled room temperature superconductivity using quantum simulations, achieving in 3 weeks what a century of physics experiments failed to accomplish. Their findings are now being rushed into production, with prototypes suggesting we could have lossless power transmission grids within 18 months. This single advancement could slash global energy waste by up to 40%, the equivalent of taking every fossil fuel plant offline overnight without losing a watt of capacity. On the geopolitical stage, quantum sensing has created a new era of transparency that's making traditional espionage obsolete. Israel recently deployed quantum gravimeters that can detect underground facilities at depths previously thought impossible to monitor, uncovering secret nuclear sites across the Middle East with pinpoint accuracy. In response, 5 nations have already begun dismantling covert weapons programs, knowing they can no longer hide their activities. The balance of power is shifting not through diplomacy or warfare, but through the inexorable unveiling of truth by quantum measurement. Perhaps most profound are the philosophical implications coming to light. When Google's quantum AI was asked to optimize for human flourishing, it produced societal models that defied all conventional political and economic paradigms. The solutions weren't capitalist or socialist, but something entirely new. Algorithms suggesting we've been missing fundamental patterns in human civilization simply because we lacked the computational power to see them. As these systems grow more sophisticated, they're not just solving our problems, they're revealing that we've been asking the wrong questions all along. The pace of change has become so rapid that it's outpacing our ability to process its implications. Quantum biology, quantum materials science, quantum cryptography, each day brings discoveries that would have been Nobel Prize-worthy breakthroughs if they weren't being overshadowed by even more astonishing developments the next morning. We're not just witnessing history, we're living through the most concentrated period of technological transformation since the dawn of civilization. And the wildest part? This is still the very beginning. The true quantum revolution hasn't even started yet. What we're seeing now are just the first tremors of the earthquake to come. The quantum computing revolution has reached an inflection point where science fiction is becoming operational reality at a pace that's leaving even experts breathless. We're now witnessing the emergence of quantum capabilities that don't just improve existing systems. They create entirely new categories of technological possibility that rewrite the rules of entire industries overnight. In a stunning breakthrough that's redefining cybersecurity, a Silicon Valley quantum firm has successfully demonstrated the first self-evolving encryption protocol. Their quantum neural cryptographic system analyzes attack patterns in real time and restructures its own encryption algorithms faster than any hacker could possibly adapt. Early tests show it can repel brute force attacks that would crack current military-grade encryption in seconds. The implications are staggering. This could create the first truly unhackable systems, just as quantum computers are making traditional encryption obsolete. The materials science field is experiencing its own quantum earthquake. Researchers at a Tokyo nanotech lab used quantum simulation to design a self-heating graphene composite that repairs structural damage autonomously. When applied to battery technology, prototypes show energy density increases of 500%, with near-instantaneous charging. Electric vehicle makers are already in bidding wars over the technology, with industry analysts predicting it could make gasoline vehicles obsolete within 5 years, rather than the previously estimated 20. Quantum sensing has crossed into territory that borders on the paranormal. A European consortium recently deployed quantum magnetometers sensitive enough to detect neural activity from 50 meters away, essentially creating the first functional mind-reading technology. While currently limited to detecting broad emotional states, the military applications are obvious. More remarkably, archaeologists are using the same technology to map entire buried cities without excavation by detecting subtle disturbances in Earth's magnetic field from ancient structures. The financial world is undergoing quantum disruption that's making the flash crash look like a minor blip. A quantum trading algorithm at a major hedge fund recently identified a previously unknown market pattern linking agricultural commodities to solar flare activity. The system exploited this correlation to generate 900% returns in 3 months, before the pattern became visible to conventional analysts. Regulatory agencies are now scrambling to develop quantum monitoring systems just to understand what's happening in their own markets. Perhaps most startling is the emergence of quantum creativity. When a quantum AI was fed every known piece of music ever composed, it didn't just create new songs, it invented three entirely new musical genres that human musicians are now struggling to replicate. Art critics couldn't